And I remember being at that premiere, and I sat next to Rocky, A$AP Rocky, who's in the movie. And I was scared too because I was like, man, Rocky really from New York. And I know he did the movie with me, but like, it's one thing to make the movie and another thing for that dude that you know and respect to watch the movie about his hometown for a book that he loved as a child. I was like,
I hope he doesn't think this shit is corny, dog. I hope he doesn't think it's corny, dog. Yeah.
I was sweating bullets in that trench coat. I had on this like pea coat or whatever, and I was trying to style or whatever. It was drenched under there, dog. I was so nervous. And then
but y'all were mad cool though too. Y'all had a great rapport.
He was so
great
cool.
rapport. And that one scene we shot with y'all and JD, John David, right before everything went down.
That was JD's first like movie role
ever. We can pick him, dog. We can pick him.
I mean, come on.
But that was like crazy, dude. Like that scene, first of all, what happened? But like I watched y'all, and you could tell then that the level of respect was mutual. But for you in particular, having this lead role, like you could see that they were like into it and like excited about the prospects of what were happening, what this movie could be. But they believed in you as an actor as well. I don't think you had anything to be nervous about, although I understand the why. So anyway, you're sitting next to Rocky at the premiere.
Sweating bullets, the movie ends, and everybody stands. And that was like, I did not know how to receive that. I couldn't receive that. And I get on that stage and I'm standing there with you and Legend and you know, the cast and Jeffrey Wright, you know what I mean? And Jennifer Hudson.
The original Basquiat.
Right. And I'm just like, I freaked out. I was like, this is not real. This is not something that's for me. I can't receive this. You know, this is, and I remember running afterwards after like not knowing what to do and crying. And like you and John let me stay in his like green room for a second to like collect myself. And then I kept thinking, I was like, my parents should be here. Like what, I did it all wrong. That's what I thought.
You didn't know what you were walking into though.
No idea.
That's wild, man. So you had this moment, you had this experience with all three films, quite frankly. Obviously, Monster really being your movie. And I know you're talking about your hustling and thinking long game, but what was the inspiration coming out of that Sundance for you, like to move forward? Like what was like the takeaway of that propelled you?
Seeing everyone's response made me feel like who I was and what my life experiences and the hard work that my dad put me through. Because what I didn't say about my childhood too is like growing up in that musician home was like, I went to school from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then I went to a jazz school from 4 to 6. And then I left home, the school, and then I went home and my dad would still make me practice for 2 to 3 hours. And it was nonstop. And then that still meant Thursday evening prior practice and rehearsals, Saturday practice, Sunday you're playing at the church. In the summers, I went to 3 different jazz camps.
That explains so much, Kelvin.
The discipline was next level.
It also explains why you're so fun now.
Yeah. You got to break free. You know what I'm saying?
Got out of that cage, kid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Feeling good.
But yeah, so when I was thinking about it, in that moment, I was like, everything, it wasn't in vain, you know? I was like, all that time, all that hard work, people are appreciative of it and it's touching people. And I should come in next time I do this with some confidence and really start to try to make it happen.
I could see a switch in your personality too. Like, and I guess it's a testament to that statement right there. Like I saw you kind of become like a man. Like I could see the difference in the room, like just in conversations with you, how you projected your voice differently, just as like regular life. And I'm assuming that taking on that is something you have to do if you want to be great. You have to be comfortable enough in your own skin, at least in these moments, and project that confidence. And I could see that happen with you. Was that like, obviously it was a conscious choice, right? It was something you coached yourself on.
I just was like, I have to step into it. You know what I mean? I was like, this is my opportunity. This is my moment. And I have so many people that have shown me love and that they say they will back me. You were one of them. And to hear people see what people had accomplished, how they navigated the business and their lives, say that they want to support you and be there for you and rally for you as you try to pursue your career, I was like, well, I need to step into it. I can't shy away from it. Like, that's dumb. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was the move. And then I just kept
And
working
you
after
haven't
that.
stopped working. You have not stopped working, bro.
No,
Loose,
no.
great. Talk about that. I mean, talk about fucking heavy shit.
That was heavy. It was like shortly after I had already done Loose before that Sundance, crazy enough.
Oh, I didn't realize it was in the can then. Really?
Because I think it was 2017. So what happened was Monster, and then I did Assassination Nation. And from there, I was just I was unemployed, and I was like, what's happening? I got really nervous, and then I started spending my money too fast too.
Rookie
And
mistake.
yeah, trying to figure out LA, trying to be cool, you know what I mean? Whatever. And then I was broke.
That confidence cost you money.
Oh yeah. And then I went home and I went with my parents for a little bit. And then I got this movie, JT Leroy, with Kristen Stewart and Laura Dern.
Yep.
And that came in as an offer. And I was
Straight
like,
offer.
How? I do not know. I still to this day am so confused.
Do you still audition now? Or is it just mostly offers now? I'm guessing it's mostly offers now.
It's mostly offers now. I like to tell people I still audition because I don't like when people think that like I don't work for it.
Right. You're like, oh no, I'm grinding, dude.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, you are still grinding.
100.
You're always working your craft. But look, man, you earned the right and you've done the work for people to be like, we like what he's got. We're just gonna hopefully let him bless us, right? I mean, that's the grind. That's the grind. It's nothing to be ashamed of, for sure.
Yeah.
So we have another mutual friend that you worked with, Nabil Elderkin.
Nabil. Oh my God.
Talk about acting in a movie that's so intense, Gully, and you have no dialogue.
Oh my God. That movie was hard. That was like, when I read the script and I remember being like blown away that, we were even going to touch on some of those topics.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a fan of Nabil's work as a video director. And I was excited because he's such a chaotic spirit, but in the sweetest way possible. Like he's an artist. He's a true, like he's one of those like old school, like think about painters kind of artists. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like everything's everywhere all at once kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I came onto it, and at first I was like trying to do the other role, the Jacob Lattimore role.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no, you could pull off this Jesse role, who is this mute who was taken away from his mom in a laundromat at 7 and kind of kidnapped and living with this white guy in his house who was abusing him. And at that point, I was like, okay, you have to really do some script work because if you don't got no lines, exactly, it happens every now and then. So, I was just trying to, I just was trying to make sure I was staying as present as possible and really using physicality and your scene partners to help you tell the story. And I ended up having a really beautiful friendship with Charlie Plummer and Jacob Lattimore and even Nabil too. He's fun.
I remember coming to set to visit y'all one day, and I hung out with you, Charlie and Jacob, for a little bit, and you could see the camaraderie, you could see like the brotherhood. And then I hung out with Nabil, and it was a beautiful set, beautiful crew, and a really great film. And you have like films like which highlight your singing skills, the high note, right?
Yeah.
Sang a little in that.
Yeah. That was fun. Was
that comfortable for you? Like, I guess, with all the training, you felt pretty good about it? Or was there still that level of like imposter syndrome for singing on camera for what I believe was the first time?
It was the second time because I did Godfather of Harlem as soon as I finished Waves. And because I was like broke again. And then I came on to Godfather Harlem and I was excited about it because Forrest Whitaker was in it. And I thought I was going to get to do a bunch of scenes with Forrest. And I played basically like a Sam Cooke type character. Mm-hmm. It was kind of inspired by Sam Cooke. And I sang in that and I was really nervous there. High note, I was nervous in a different way because I was kind of I was supposed to be this like pop star type character.
Right.
And I didn't really know if I could do it, if I had the voice for it, but I ended up being in the studio with Darkchild. And
that's dope.
That was crazy. That was
Yo,
such a cool experience, and he just bestowed all the wisdom on me and all the, like, stories about just everybody coming in with that insecurity, and it's just once again, the craft doesn't change just in a even in a different medium. It's still about play and just putting yourself out there.